Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video where I'll be teaching you guys how to cut hair in ways that just make sense. So we're going to be doing a high bald fade on straight Asian hair. On the top we're going to be cutting about half. We're going to be going forward and up with the hair, but on the side here you can already see how light it's looking. So the transition from light to dark isn't going to be as great, but we're going to be doing the best we can. So we're just starting out with our bald line as usual. As you notice here, I'm not going as high as I would for a normal high bald fade. That's just because I just want a little bit more room to transition from that darkness to the light. Because if I went up way higher than I did, then there's not going to be enough room to create that blend. If you guys ever have any questions along the way, please comment below. I'll try my best to answer everything. So our next step here is using the blade all the way open, creating our next guideline. It's gonna go about an inch to half an inch up. After that, we're gonna be blending it out by slowly closing the lever. So you guys can pay attention to when I open or close the lever. You can see exactly how much I'm closing it and when I'm doing it. I normally blend out this line here by using the clipper halfway closed, going up about 3/4 of the way, and then closing it a little bit more, and the last step, closing it all the way to blend out the line. Alright, so after you do the clipper all the way closed, there really shouldn't be a line there. But if you guys do see that there's a line, just go back in with your trimmers and knock that right out. Our next step here is we're taking the number 1 guard all the way open, going up about half inch, flicking on the way up, just to create our next guideline. And right after that, we're going to be using our guard now all the way closed. Again, just kind of fading out the line, just softening so it's not so dark. So notice how high I'm actually going with that number 1. Don't be afraid to take it up a little bit higher. So what we're doing now is we're using our half card just to finish out the blend. So right now we have it all the way open, going about halfway up, and after that we're gonna have it all the way closed just to flick out that bottom dark line. So right here I believe it's the number 2 guard open, and we're just going all the way up, coming straight off the head. And we always follow it up with the guard closed. As you see right here, we have the number 2 guard closed now. And right after that we're gonna use 1 guard down, which is our 1.5, starting open, just going right below where we left off. So as you can see right there, I have the now clippers closed, and we're just kind of flicking at it. So our last step now is we're going back to the number 1 guard open, and we're just kind of tackling the little dark areas that we see. So now that the whole system is complete, we're just going back in and doing a bit of detail work. If you're ever afraid of taking too much, always start with the corners, just kind of tapping at it. And if you feel it's still not coming out, you can go in with the full blade. So I actually forgot to use the shaver at the beginning after the trimmer, but I actually do like using this last, just because this way it's harder to create any harsh lines, because as you're getting closer to the top, what you do is you kind of tap downwards, so this way there won't be any harsh lines that you'll be creating. So right now we're doing a little bit of shear over comb or scissor over comb, just kind of taking out any bits that is hanging over, and right here I'm using it to just detail the fade a little bit more. So top is fairly simple. You just want to determine your length and cut everything straight across. You guys can see how small of a sections I'm taking as I'm going forward. This ensures that the hair length is all the same and I won't have to cross check too much. You guys always need to make sure that everything is well evenly saturated, so it's gonna be all the same length and proportion. So right now we're just going back with scissor over comb and tackling the sides and the back, because the way I cut the top is when you bring everything up and cut it straight across, the sides and the back will be a little bit longer. That's why this last step here is I'm going in and doing the detail work. So now that we're onto the styling, I added a little bit of structure paste and we're just kind of tapping at the top, just getting the product in, and we're just kind of playing around with it. You guys can see from this angle that the head shape from both sides is perfectly squared up. You can see the fade is coming in as well. So here's a quick look at the before and the finished product. Sheesh, look at that fade. Hopefully you guys learned a trick or two, and as always, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more video content just like this.